Alright, time for my round 5 game of this month's MSEM GP. Playing against Pipsqueak, who is on Mono Black Villainy. So not a good matchup for me. But on the bright side, I'm already 3-0 right now, so I top cut no matter if I win or lose. So I'm just like taking this as a practice game for when I face Pip in the final, in the top cut or something, or face another Villainy deck. I'm not sure how many Villainy decks made it to the top cut. Okay, this hand is pretty good. My opponent can't really blow up artifacts, right? So do I bin one of the lands? No, I need double blue for stuff. Do I bin... What does Void Flare hit? I don't think Void Flare actually hits anything important, right? Yeah, I'll bomb the Void Flare. And then just try to make do with Lose Your Mind. Actually, I also have no early answers. I mean, Spell Pierce is a counter spell, I guess. Oh, I'm on the draw. Or I'm on the play. Do I Spell Pierce their discard spell? I think I'm supposed to do that. I mean, if it's Valdez, then I definitely do it, because it also gets rid of the backside. Because if they discard me, I think they always take spell... No, they might take Lose Your Mind. Okay, they also kept. Yeah, Palace and Pass. Not my ideal start, because I'd prefer to at least cantrip a bit so I can start getting stuff. They pass. Okay, interesting. Wait for Shrine. I might be forced to end up trying to Lose Your Mind without having 7 cards on the yard. Is that fine? I could also ramp with... I can ramp with this thing right now. Do I want to do that? Not really. So I'm tracking this for Island, which means Palace won't lose me life anymore, which is good. Okay, yeah, so like this is what I'm worried about, because they're trying to clear the way for a Villainy. Actually, I think I let this happen and just discard wherever they get me to discard, because then I can always Spell Pierce their Villainy later. Unless it's like... unless it's a creature, in which case I couldn't answer it anyways. If they take Lose Your Mind, then I can flash it back eventually. Yeah, like, they take Spell Pierce, so I'm just going to have to Lose Your Mind to dig for more answers end of turn, which is an acceptable spot for me to be in. Another tap land, okay. Bunch of tap lands. I mean, I'm pretty happy if they have a bunch of tap lands, because it gives me time when my starting hand is this slow. Okay, I actually do get to just... Yeah, I'm Austere Instructor. Do I pitch Crystal Caverns right now? And do they have main deck Wave of Decay? No, they do not. So I don't think they have a clean answer to Austere Instructor on 3. I do want to preserve my life total somewhat. So I guess I'll pitch Crystal Caverns. I mean, I could also just pitch Wayfarer Shrine, and because next time I'm doing Bounce Land or Rail Line anyways, and I can probably find a basic later on to work with. Okay, fine. And actually, Wayfarer Shrine's another way to get things into my graveyard. Fine. The best possible top deck is a 1-mana spell or 1-mana instant. Not a 1-mana instant. If they slam Villainy, next turn I go Zirrktide and bounce their Villainy. Actually, I don't have to rail line this turn, because I can save my rail line for next turn. Like, I just go Instructor or Seek Prophecy. I mean, I do kind of want to Seek Prophecies first in case I find something better to do, but so what's something better to do? Something like Cursey Glance? Because then the turn after next turn I can go Instructor into Cursey Glance? Okay, yeah. Am I supposed to just take as many Zirrktides as I can find? I think I actually am supposed to do that. And then this turn I'll just do Austere Instructor. I mean, like, that means I can cast Zirrktides. I can start casting Zirrktides next turn. Or even earlier if I... no, actually I can't. Thinking about how this used to bin other cards. Must be before I started playing. But yeah, so like, do I want to hold a Zirrktide in hand, or do I just want to start binning? Or do I just want to take Monkey Shines? Like, if I think it's safer for me to take Monkey Shines here. Yeah, and then because then next turn I could possibly have some other plays. So anyways, Austere Instructor probably dies here, but it's fine-ish, probably. Because, I'm actually kind of... Maybe I should have fetched Island instead. Well, whatever, it's too late to change my mind. And I'll pick up the mountain, so hopefully I find islands. But yeah, like, they could remove this thing, but they need to spend 2 removal spells to get rid of both bodies. So I still come out ahead if that happens. And if they do that, then next turn I might be able to slam Zirrktide. Oh, they have a really slow start. Okay. Yeah, they're probably digging for a land here, or maybe they just have one. And they want to trigger Find Happiness with their 1-mana removal. Do they have a 1-mana removal? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's how I win this game. My opponent just has no early game. Second Austere Instructor. Do I go for it? They don't have board wipes, right? So like, I don't think they have a good way to deal with 2 Austere Instructors going the distance. And then I hope the Monkey Shines into a 1-mana spell. Yeah, I guess that's what I do. So play Austere Instructor number 2. Play Monkey Shines. 1-mana spell, please. Yeah, consider consider works. And swing for 4 and pass the turn. And yeah, so this will snowball really quickly out of hand. If they try to remove anything, I'll just consider in response, and I don't think they can deal with, like, yeah, even if they have Villainy out, they can't deal with this many prowess guys. Unless it's hand attack, okay. Yeah, I think I'm fine doing this here. So this guy dies, or I surveil 1, seek prophecy. I mean, Zirrat always, no, I just take this and then slam Zirrat next turn. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm like extremely far ahead now, so what, next turn I pitch Seek Prophecy, next turn I slam Zirrat, bounce Villainy, they have to spend an entire turn replaying it, and that's like even more austere Instructor triggers. Also, forgetting leitmotif triggers is definitely something that happens a lot these days. I mean, I also keep forgetting leitmotif triggers. If they can have the treasure, I don't really care because I just get to bounce the Villainy and like, Spell Pierce. Okay, unfortunately I can't cast, I don't have the mana to cast that. Like if I fetched Island earlier, I could have actually casted this, which would have been, I mean, I could still cast this, I just need to find a land off the Zirrat. Well, no, it's still fine. I'm still super far ahead right now. Like, they can't deal with this board, right? They're down to 4, so like, unless they have a way to wipe this many tokens, I don't see how they're getting back from this. Wait, I misplayed. I could have actually won this turn if I bounced Coal Line. Okay, I mean, I win anyways because, let me look at this board, but like, this definitely was closer than it needed to be. Your game 2. So it turns out the way you win against Villainy is to hope they draw only tap lands in the early turns. But this will get a lot harder post board. So Cursory Glance doesn't hit some of their stuff. I don't think Cursory Glance is actually good enough to always bring in. I bring in Isolated even though it dies to Edict because it permanently answers Villainy until they remove it. Is Mesmerize good? Counters discard spells for sure. I think it's worth. Does it counter stuff that targets your permanent control? I don't think it hits enough things. I think I'm supposed to bring in Negate here. I'm supposed to bring in Sear Flesh. Take out some number of Void. I think I actually take out all the Void players for removal that actually kills their things. I want Panya. I think I want Panya because it pushes damage from nowhere, which is pretty good for me. If I can Forbidden Trigger their Edict, then it's pretty good, but otherwise it's just average. And also doesn't hit half the things that I need it to hit. Or I could take out Sear Flesh and just accept that I can't deal with Egos if they ever resolve. Is that fine? And I'm on a draw. I think I do want to deal with their Egos. Alright, fine. Too many lands. Really risky, but and I'm on the draw. I think I keep this and then have to hope that they don't hand attack turn 1. I take 2. I don't keep 2 Zirrats. Okay, like they can hand it. Oh, okay, they just take my Zirrat. Maybe I should have kept 2 Zirrats, but then I mean, I guess I could have bottomed the Panya. Panya isn't good until it's late, anyways. All right, so like, I really need to hit. Do I fetch a dual land here? Actually, I think I do have to do that right now, which isn't great because my opponent does drain me, but hopefully it won't matter. Oh, I have to take Magmatic Torrent. I mean, I could take the Coal Line. It means that if I top deck a land, then I get to do Austere Instructor into stuff, and then that's pretty good. But it's really bad if I don't top deck a land. I'm willing to risk it. Anyways, lesson learned for next time. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to bottom the Panya instead of anything else. Okay, they just draw. That's good. So if I top deck a land here, then Austere Instructors can go a distance again. So, didn't top deck the land. If I actually took the land, I could have. Then it'd be a lot easier to sequence this. I'm going to lose a lot of life from this. I think I'm supposed to lose your mind here because and try to use it to hit a land drop, but then I have to play out my Coal Line, which isn't. I guess I can like hope to hit a rail line again for next turn. Yeah, like this isn't great. Okay, this is like way too many Austere Instructors. Do I bomb? Dildo, like Austere Instructor is one of the better cards in my deck. So do I bin the Panya instead? You know, Panya is easier to fit into my curve. I mean, Austere Instructor does win the game on its own. Next turn I can go Isolate into Panya, so I guess I keep Panya for curve reasons. Yeah. If they slam Villainy, I can isolate it, and then I hope they don't have Edict. Soul Weavers. I guess I can also isolate that, although it's a lot worse. But I have removal. I have like 3 pieces of removal that I could possibly draw into, so I hope I draw into that. Okay, so this thing can just pick off austere instructors like it's nothing, which means I should probably save. Like, I could isolate it right now. It's still a 3-3 though, but that fits my curve better. And then next turn I can go instructor rail line. If I top deck a land, I can go instructor rail line, and that's really good. And that's also sets up for Panya Tail the turn afterwards, if I keep finding lands. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. And if they hand attack me, then the plan still works because I have redundant copies of everything. Or does it still work? I mean, I could just go Austere Instructor right now and force them to spend a turn picking off all my guys. That's not the worst thing in the world, right? And, you know, I don't like having to isolate a 3-3, but I guess that's what I have to do right now. If they want to spend Edict killing the isolated, then I'm actually fine with that because that's one less Edict going towards other stuff, and like this isn't the ideal isolated target either. So pay up. Okay, I think I just discard wherever they make me discard. They can make me discard the rail line. If that happens, then I guess I do just discard the rail line and then hope to top deck something better. They're making me discard it. Okay, sure. I mean, that's fine. Unless they have like 2 discard spells or something like that. Nope, they're just drawing cards. Okay. Sure, maybe they're looking to blow up their own Soul Weave. Oh, no, they do have 2. No, they don't. Okay. Flash and Panya. I think I'm taking damage from this thing again. No, that's really convenient, and also why I was not super high on isolating this guy, because Seer Flash kills it anyways. I guess I can save this for the Planeswalker that's inevitably going to come down soon. My guys don't die to Cecilius, right? No, they don't. Alright, swing with Panya first, see if they have removal. Play Austere Instructor. They let it happen. Rail line, bounce. They're probably going to kill this in response, but that's fine because I still got a guy out of this. And actually, I could have kept up Loser Mind instead of doing this. No, it's fine. So single card in hand. Hopefully they don't hand attack. Actually, if they have Cecilius, they can just play it and plus, and that makes me discard my last card, which is pretty bad. If it's Kajiwara Eye, then that's good because that thing dies cleanly to Seer Flesh. Oh, wait, sack a creature. Huh. I guess 3/3 is still pretty good. Panya. I might top deck a land for Panya Tail. I mean, yeah, they did spend 2 cards dealing with my Austere Instructor, so that's a good exchange for me. Wild Punt? Yeah, I agree. Or I guess if they like isolated, I would be fine just Seer Fleshing this guy. And their Edict. Oh, they're just wiping my entire board. Okay. How much time do I even have? Oh, Edict they can flashback the Edict, but I think it's advantageous. They can play out Valdez sometime soon. Well, the thing is, like, I could wait a turn and do end of turn Loser Mind. End of turn Loser Mind pitch Austere Instructor. Feels kind of bad. I just Austere Seer Flesh and then see what my opponent has. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going for. Actually, no, I need double red, which, okay, this is like a really bad use of my mana, but whatever. Honestly, I probably should have seared that thing earlier, but let's see if they spend their entire turn. They have 2 Wave of Decays in the sideboard, so if they have Wave of the Decay, that cleanly answers Instructor. But it seems like they have Kajiwara Eye, which is fun. Well, yeah, now that thing's pinging me, so Crystal Caverns ends up mattering a lot now. Well, the good news is Loser Mind is the good news is that I have Loser Mind in the graveyard, so like I still can get free cards from places. The bad news is that this doesn't help me here because they already slammed Kajiwara Eye. Like if I kept Seer Flesh in hand, I guess this would have been better for me. Or okay, I can finally turn off Crystal Caverns at least. How do I not die next turn? I can swing this thing into Kajiwara Eye, and then next they pay me twice, or they pay me 3 times. I'm down at 2. I'm forced to start blocking this guy, which I can block with Instructor, which is a bad trade, but I guess I jump with the Prowess guy and then try to or do I want to attack with this? Does attacking into Kajiwara do anything for me? It keeps it in some sort of range. It probably does something for me. I'm going to do it. Yeah. Alright, hopefully my opponent plays stuff pre-combat. Although I doubt they do because they actually know what they're doing. Pearl Factor also doesn't actually counter anything right now, so it's not doing the things I need it to do right now. I mean, So like I feel like this game's a lot more representative. Oh wait, I guess I let that happen. Yeah, I mean, I do want to portal fracture something, but I'm not that desperate. I actually want portal fracture to hit. Oh, they're doing stuff pre-combat. Oh, I guess that is one way to play around. Austere Instructor. Cool. I'm dead to Kajoar eye pains. I can't buff my guys either, so yeah, I'm just dead. So this game is a lot more representative of how this matchup's supposed to go. Although I probably did misplay by keeping around Panya. Like if I had Zirrat, oh wait, I didn't draw that many. Yeah, I didn't draw enough cantrips this game. I'll just blame it. I'll just blame it on that. So if I'm on the play, do I want Dispersal Snare? It's not going to hit the thing I wanted to hit. Do I want Spell Pierce though? Or do I want Soul Pierce? It only hits 3 things, or it only hits 4 of their guys, but I mean, it's pretty good if it actually hits. And 1-mana counter spells are pretty good, except when it goes into the late game. Is any of this good? I guess I could make this exchange and then just hope that their ability doesn't go too over the top, or I hope the game doesn't go too late. I think I'm actually supposed to take out Isolated here. I mean, having too many counter spells is also pretty bad for me because, like, you saw what Austere Instructor wasn't able to do that game. I mean, Austere Instructor plays a lot better with 1-mana counter spells, though, so maybe I just go, yeah, fine, I'll try this. Alright, I mean, yeah, this is a lot of cantrips. I think I'm actually supposed to keep this because it has at least 1 answer, and I'll fetch Island because I can probably cantrip into a red source. But yeah, like, this is one of those places where I basically just need to be disciplined and just cantrip into lands. Even if I find something that looks better, I should just be taking lands here. And I do want my red source, so I guess I'll grab this and then fetch Frostfire Geysers. Yeah. But yep. Okay. They can take Portal Fracture, which is a problem. Well, no, they don't get scared until turn 3. I just have to cantrip into another counter spell before then. And I have like I can play 2 well, or I can just draw that. I do need my 3rd land though, so I mean I played 2 Seek Prophecies, which means they know my entire hand, which is fine. Do I want to fetch first? No, because if I find Frostfire Geysers, I just play it instead of Magmatic Torrent. Alright, sure. Okay, Spell Pierce is it doesn't hit the other 3 drop that I care about. I could take Fire Erasure here. That does hit their 3 drops. But I should just take a counter spell just to like make absolutely sure that I'm hitting the things I need it to hit, or just make sure that I can actually counter Villainy before it can come down. Oh, Zirrat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Zirrat here. Although I would prefer a land, but like I can't complain too much about being able to cantrip 3 times or cantrip 4 times on. No, it's only 3 times, but yeah, can't exactly complain about being able to cantrip this much early game. And it can still Spell Pierce their Villainy. So lose your mind. Oh, I can consider right now to try to dig for a land, and I should do that because otherwise I'm just spell piercing. Yeah, I guess that it technically is a land. Yeah, I'll keep that. All right, I can play out Zirrat right now. If I do that, it just dies into stuff. I think it's better to keep up counter spells this turn and then just end of turn lose your mind if I don't find anything better to do. Okay, they just accidentally made a token there. Yeah, because I can wait a turn to Zirrat with counterspell backup. I don't need to jam Zirrat right now. Do they know I have Zirrat? They know I have Zirrat, right? Because I've revealed it off Seek Prophecy. Yeah. So what? They know they know 4 of the cards in my hand, and they're going to try to hand attack me. Do I counter this? No, there's no point in counter. Yeah, they take my Zirrat, but I have Lose Your Mind, so I'm fine with that. I just need to prevent them from resolving Villainy. Okay, play Lose Your Mind. Draw 2 cards. Austere Instructor. Okay. If I have top deck a land, I can go Austere and hold up Spell Pierce for removal. Fire Rager. That's not going to do it. If I go Austere, Spell Pierce, and then they slam Villainy, am I still in a good spot? No, not really. I can pass the turn and then just end the turn and Lose Your Mind. It's not great, but it's like fine-ish. Alternatively, I can consider and try to dig for lands. If I don't find a land, then that's kind of bad, but still not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I could just jam Austere Instructor right now. So jam Austere Instructor, consider. They kill it in response. I still get a 1/1 left over, and then they slam their Infectious Ego next turn or something. I spend 2 removal spells to deal with it. Like, that's not the worst thing in the world. it still digs me toward, and I still have Loser Mine in the graveyard, so like that means I should consider first to dig for a land, right? I really don't want to tap out, but yeah, I'm playing scared, I guess. I think I'll just like keep doing the really passive plays. Although I'm pretty sure they win the late game anyways too. So like, oh, they just hard cast spell. Yeah, that's like possibly one of the least threatening things they could do this turn. In fact, I'm pretty happy just doing use your mind from graveyard, draw 2. Okay, there's the lands I needed. And there's yeah, I can trigger Austere Instructor this turn now. So do that. Railline Frostfire, and then I still have Consider plus Spell Pierce plus Fire Rager up. I don't need to block Valdez right now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this outcome. And I just keep everything in hand, right? Yeah, because I can get a trigger on my opponent's turn with the Consider, or the Fire Rager, or the Fire Eraser if I need to. If they Villainy on 5, do I Spell Pierce it? I pay up. They can take my Spell Pierce, and that's pretty bad. Do I Spell Pierce to pay up? They can pay for it, and then that's still pretty bad. Like, I go down on 1 card. Yeah, I guess I let this happen. I mean, actually, I could just give them treasures, but the problem with doing that is that giving them treasures right now isn't what I want to do, because they choose Fire Rate. Oh, that does make a lot of sense, because I only have 4 removal cells in my entire deck, so I guess they're trying to clear the way for Auric Soulweaver. If I don't discard to pay up, it means that in the future, Spell Pierce becomes really bad. But I think I want Fire Eraser anyways, because it will, like, I can guarantee that it's going to do something. Okay, so, like, if they slam Auric Soulweaver, yeah, I need to deal with Auric Soulweaver. I don't want to risk letting my opponent stick a guy. And they could just wait a turn on this, too, but, oh, if they have 2 pay-ups, then, yeah, that's, discarding like that is pretty... Oh, okay, they just have Spiraling Hatred. I mean, they know I can't do anything about this anymore, so yeah, Consider here. I mean, it's still possible for me to top deck. No, there's no possible top deck to get me out of this. Okay, but I could just draw Zirrat. Yeah, I could just draw Zirrat, I guess. I mean, that's pretty good. And Instructor made 2 Prowess guys, so I'm pretty happy with this exchange. Do I end up turn Consider? I mean, Austere Instructor is already dead, so yeah, let's just consider to look for cards. Can I afford to... If I bin this, then Wayfarer Shrines become really bad. No, I think I can afford to bin this. Yeah, I can afford to. And it got a Railline anyways, so... Oh, well, that's also really convenient. Okay, so what am I looking at? Austere Inspector, Zirrat. Like, I definitely want to slam Zirrat this turn. I can't protect it, though, which is annoying. I guess Zirrat minus the treasure. Does that get me anywhere? I mean, it's probably better than Zirrat plusing and then it just dying to stuff. So if I'm doing Austere Instructor plus Zirrat, then that means I only get to hold up Spell Pierce or Fire Eraser. I guess that's fine. And I'll hold rail line for triggering Austere Instructors in the future. I mean, I could rail line now to get these humans to attack past about Dez. Zirrat plussing. It's pretty annoying that I don't have a hard counter right now. I mean, I guess Zirrat Mice would also give me a chance of finding a hard counter. Alright, I guess I've decided my line now. So, Austere Instructor number 2, Zirrat. Do they kill Austere Instructor right now? No, they do not. Can they kill Zirrat at instant speed? They have just business, so I definitely want to use Zirrat before anything happens. Yeah, let's get rid of the treasure. Delvin Cola. I guess I'm fine just using one of these rail lines to get a trigger. Yeah, sure. And oh, it doesn't mean that I have to chump with one of the tokens, but like, I guess that's fine. Yeah. Swarming Midden. Alright. So how does this go wrong? The fact that they tried to take Fire Eraser suggests that they have Auric Soulweaver in hand. So let's say that they try to remove Austere Instructor. In response, I Fire Eraser the Valdez. So that happens, and then they slam Auric Soulweaver plus 1 mana. So they slam Auric Soulweaver and they have 1 mana to work with afterwards. What's the worst thing they can do if that's the line? Alternatively, they Soulweaver first, or I guess they can Villainy. Okay, so if I Spell Pierce this, then they could just not pay and then kill. So, no, I want them to tap out here. Or oops. And now I can actually, I also can block Valdez. So yeah, now they have to figure out if they want to pay for this or not. If they pay for this, they can't use Villainy in the same turn, and then I have a chance to just draw into something that invalidates Villainy. Actually, I am just threatening lethal here, right? If they swing with... Oh, they're tapping out for it. Yeah, I just lethaled them. Fire Rager, Fire Rager, Rail Line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they're just dead here. Okay, they're swinging anyways. Attack Zerrat. Yeah, they're tapped out. They have absolutely no way to actually not die here next turn. Unless they know something that I don't. I guess they're just banking on me not having 2 spells, which could have actually worked because I'm pretty low on spells right now too. Okay, but they know about my mountain, right? So I'm just going to play my mountain and Fire Erasure Valdez. And then, by the way, I have a rail line, so you're dead. GG. Yep. I guess that's how I win the game. My opponent did not drop an early Villainy, and I was able to... Okay, anyways. Oh, let's look at replays. What was in my opponent's hand on turn 4? Oh, they were holding a bunch of removal. But, what? They managed to discard me once. And then, or I guess they discarded me twice with Valdez plus pay up, and then they spent the entirety of turn 4 just playing Valdez instead of playing Villainy. They had 2 Villainies in hand afterwards. Yeah, like if they just spent this turn slamming Villainy and counter that instead of them playing Valdez. What? So if they play Villainy this turn, I spell pierce it and then I consider afterwards. But like I guess my opponent was just really preoccupied with clearing away for Villainy before doing anything. Like yeah, they could have just slammed Villainy here too, right? I guess they were worried about me countering the Villainy and then untapping and drawing into another counter for the Villainy. But yeah, at this point, I was enough ahead that... Oh, actually, that means bouncing... Actually, how much did bouncing the treasure with Zirrktide matter there? Opponent did not draw a second land. Or, no, they did draw... So they would have had 6 mana here, which means they could double Villainy, which still wouldn't have mattered. They couldn't Villainy plus another 1 mana spell. Yeah, okay, cool. So, I guess that this is how it looks like when my deck triumphs over Mono Black Villainy. Game 2 was the game I lost, right? So, what happened there? Opponent was... or I guess I'll blame myself keeping... I kept the 1-lander and then decide to not do the things I needed to do when I keep a 1-lander. So here, like, I'm pretty sure I probably should have bottom pawned it instead of Zirrktide because, like, I want Zirrktide to not get discarded because the early Zirrktide is still very possible with this hand. And then here, like, maybe I fetch Island and then Seek Prophecy, grab Magmactor instead of the Coal Line. And then, because I was gunning way too hard for the austere instructor plan. I mean, I was kind of forced into it because I had, like, because I drew 3 copies of instructor. Like, what? So then I just grabbed 2 Mac torrents, and then first Loser Mine, second... So, like, on this turn, I could have actually held up... If I grabbed Mac torrent instead of the rail line, I could have held up Loser Mine this turn instead of being forced to jam Isolated. So then I could end up turn Loser Mine. I mean, no, I would have had Zirrktide in hand, which I wasn't anywhere close to casting because I drew all austere instructors. Actually, yeah. So also difference between this game and the game 3 is that game 3 I had a lot of cantrips. This game I didn't. I'm pretty sure my success mostly lies in how many cantrips I can draw in my opener, or just in general, because cantrips are just pretty good in this deck. What happened in this game, anyways? My opponent opened on all tap. Did they keep hand with mono tap lands? Okay. Huh. I guess they did. Wait, why did they keep this hand anyways? Maybe they didn't want to go down on cards because they thought that Villainy is going to win the game for them? Still, I find it interesting how my opponent kept a hand with mono tap lands and no early discard. And I guess I really managed to punish them for it because my early hand had not much action. Okay, they did top deck into 1 discard card, and then they took Spell Pierce instead of Lose Your Mind. Which was, I guess it's arguable, but then that lets me end of turn Lose Your Mind, which then sets me up really nicely for the future. And then I managed to resolve Austere Instructor, and they were unable to answer it, seems like. Wait, what happened to the Reek Soul Reaver? And they never bothered to resolve it, and I got 2 Austere Instructors, and they just snowball out of control. Right? Or, no, I only had single. Did I only have single? I swear I had 2. Did I have? Yeah, I had 2 Austere Instructors. They killed one of them, and then the other one just ran away with the game. All right, so I mean this looks pretty good for me, this GP then, because it shows that the Villainy matchup isn't actually completely unbeatable. Like it's a reasonably fair matchup. I'm still slightly unfavored because basically I need to draw really well to win. While my opponent just has to draw mostly well. Like the amount of draws that make me win is less than the amount of draws that makes my opponent win, but it's still pretty fair matchup. So yeah.